This is Scott Becker with the Becker Private Equity and Business Podcast. Today's discussion is private equity. Private equity is not the problem. One of the things you have coming out of Washington, D.C. is increased regulatory efforts and hearings about private equity and private equity in healthcare. This becomes an easy target because even though private equity is a large asset class, and even though it invests on behalf of a lot of the large pension funds in our country, it sort of is a easy thing to demonize and politicize. Yes, private equity in healthcare periodically runs into trouble. Most recently, it was the Steward Health System debacle, where highly leveraged in a low-margin business led to tremendous trouble for Steward Healthcare. This is not unique to healthcare. This happens in banking. It happens in healthcare unrelated to private equity. You see in healthcare periodically big systems go bankrupt. This one, the Steward Healthcare one, might have been mismanaged, but that is certainly not unique to private equity funds in healthcare. The idea of demonizing healthcare, I don't necessarily agree with the carried interest concept that you get to treat sort of what's really, income that you earned as investment income as a private equity fund. I'm not such a fan of the carried interest. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but I do think the demonization of private equity, which at the end of the day is just a different investment choice, a different way of doing business, doesn't make it wrong or right. In fact, if anything, it probably adds overall to the economy. The other thought on private equity is there's this concept that somehow private equity controls healthcare. Private equity collectively controls about 4 to 5% of physicians. There's one insurance company that controls about 8% of all physicians. So the concept that private equity is the be-all and end-all problem in healthcare is completely misguided, but it's fun for politicians to demonize because it's an easy target to point to. It's like pointing to Wall Street as the root of all problems. Again, private equity is not the problem in healthcare. Thank you for listening to the Becker Private Equity and Business Podcast. Thank you very much.